What's up, everybody? Mike Lindsley back with you. It's an ML Sports Take brought to you by Rosie's Corner, Stanley Law Offices, and Brewerton Ace Hardware. Heck of a win for the Buffalo Bills down in Baltimore today. They looked really lifeless, in the first quarter. They were only down 14-10. 20-10 at the half, a two-possession game, but it felt so far away. The Bills just didn't look like they were their normal selves, especially on offense. I mean, turnovers and fumbling the ball around and the drops and the penalties and Josh Allen missing people and, throwing that bad pick in the early going that was intended for Dawson Knox. I mean, the Bills, they just didn't look like they were in it. And then in classic Bills fashion, they made a ton of adjustments, and in the second half, a few things happened. One, the Bills did an unbelievable job defensively in the middle of the field, an area where Baltimore seemed to just get out into and then out in space, which then created them to get the edge as well, and that includes, obviously, a bunch of Lamar Jackson runs and throws. The Bills contained him pretty nicely in the second half. The other thing was they were really, really great, on third down conversions, which wasn't the case prior, right, in the first half. And then the third one, of course, was just the open offense, just really getting the ball to the right places. They were down two slot receivers in McKenzie and Crowder. And, Khalil Shakir went in there and made some big-time plays. Dawson Knox caught a ball in the fourth quarter where he got behind two players in the secondary on the Ravens. He kind of did a little shimmy shake and a little brush off and, was able to almost get by what looked to be, I think, almost looked like double corner coverage. I'm not sure if that was a safety that came over, but just a fantastic read by Josh Allen and a terrific catch by Dawson Knox. And Josh Allen, he kind of pulled back a little bit from the first half, in terms of either being way too aggressive or being out of it. He kind of hit the reset button in the second half, and things really, really clicked for him. And, the Bills got an unbelievable win because, let's be honest, they were kind of dead in the water in this game. I mean, they were down 14-3, early in the first quarter. You kind of almost thought, I don't really feel great about this one. Baltimore gets a couple of Tucker field goals in the second quarter. They're up 20-3, and you're like, Isaiah McKenzie just at the end of that second quarter, though, did take a 4-yard pass from Josh Allen, gave him some life. The Bills' defense at that point started clamping down. The second quarter, the two field goals for Tucker, that was it for Baltimore. They didn't score again, and then Bass gets a field goal. The best drive of the game, obviously, was the 9-play, 80-yarder over 327. Josh Allen runs it in for that touchdown. Just a spectacular play call by Ken Dorsey. It evens up at 20, kind of back and forth here and there, whatever else, and then all of a sudden, Lamar and the Ravens, they're driving it down, and Lamar's getting pressured a little bit. He flings it in the corner, and Jordan Poyer makes an unbelievable play. Second interception in this football game, and the Buffalo Bills get away with the win. A game in which a lot of people might think that, they had no business winning, but that's how the NFL goes. You can come back. The Bills were a lot healthier today across the board, despite what social media trolls might be telling you. This team had Dawson Knox fully healthy, running big-time routes. Same goes for Gabe Davis. Mitch Morse was back in there, which was a huge thing because last week the center position was all over the place, hiking the ball to Josh Allen. They had Jordan Poyer in there. Obviously, you see what kind of a difference maker he is. And then Dane Jackson, their starting corner from the beginning of the year, of course, with Trey White being out and all that. Dane Jackson had his head and neck snap back against the Titans 2 weeks ago on Monday Night Football. Looked like he might not play football ever again. And then he's in there today playing a very, very sound game. So that's how it works. You get healthier. You're down and out. You come back. Things work. I still think the Bills need to target Stephon Diggs more. I don't know how he only had 4 catches in this game with the absolute advantage that the Bills had. But, look, there's a couple of guys here I wanted to highlight. It starts on defense. Okay, because that defense clamped down and they shut down Baltimore in the second half. Leslie Frazier, Sean McDermott, a lot of credit to those guys. Matt Milano was a monster, okay? 13 total tackles, 11 solo. Every single time the ball is out for 4 or 5, you're like, oh, there's room, and then he closes. He closes gaps. He tackles great. He stops the run game. He gets after the quarterback. He's such an instinctual player. He can absolutely cover the tight end position as well. Matt Milano is an absolute beast. Tremaine Edmonds, not again, I'd say this every week. Tremaine Edmonds, people get mad at him. He's not blowing up enough plays, this and that. Look at the box score every single week. Tremaine Edmonds had 9 tackles, 5 were solo. Damar Hamlin, I thought, had a great game. 8 total tackles, 7 were solo. Poyer, come on, man. 6 and 4 plus the 2 picks. Absolutely ridiculous. Greg Rousseau was continuing to push, and put pressure on the offensive line for Baltimore, and they were outstanding. I do think, with Josh Allen, after that early pick, settled down a little bit. Didn't have overwhelming stats, 19 of 36 for 213 and a touchdown with the pick. He did run it for 70 yards and a touchdown on 11 carries, so he still accounted for 2 scores for Buffalo. Lamar Jackson, for as well as he played in the first half, he got shut down in the second. He went for 20 for 29 of 144 and 1 touchdown, but threw the 2 picks, which were huge difference makers in the game. He ran it for 73 yards on 11 carries, and you know what? This is just sometimes the way the cookie crumbles in the NFL. Look at the way the Bills dominated last week against the Miami Dolphins. They had a double time of possession. They had way more first downs. They had way more yards in that game, and they came up short. And then this week, the Bills are down a lot early, and they found a way, and that's just kind of how the NFL works. You lose some, you win some things get traded for another, and you kind of march forward. And now the Bills will play a very weak Pittsburgh Steelers team next week without TJ Watt. Of course, Mitch Trubisky getting benched today for the rookie Kenny Pickett. The Bills defense needs to feast on that, and go 4-1, and then prep for Kansas City on the road, brutal game, and then bye week, and then off you go with a Sunday nighter against Green Bay. And then I think the Bills can go on a big-time run. I mean, they go at the Jets, home for the Vikings, home for the Browns, at the Lions, at Pats, Jets and Dolphins at home, at Chicago. To me, the Bills should win every single game that I just labeled. They should win all of those games. I think it's very possible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's hard to win 8 in a row, clearly. It's hard to win 2 in a row. But I think the Bills might be able to win. I mean, let's put it this way. At worst, 7 of 8. And if you can split with Casey and Green Bay, beat Pittsburgh, okay, now you're looking at, a 5-2 record going into that. The Bills make a run and try to get home field at that particular point. And by the way, home field advantage is so crucial in games like today. The Bills now have a notch above the Baltimore Ravens in that department. ML Sports Take here, brought to you by Ken's Auto Detailing, Barks and Rec Doggy Daycare, Carvel of North Syracuse, and our great friends at Rosie's Corner. Hey, if you're in and around Central New York this week, comfort foods are back. Get to Rosie's, man. Meatloaf Monday, Turkey Slop Tuesday, Chicken and Biscuit Wednesday, Mac and Cheese Thursday, Friday. They've been rolling out the chili, and oh, by the way, Fish Friday every single week as well. Cannot wait to get into Rosie's this week. A proud ML Sports Platter sponsor right in front of the Brewerton Bridge on Route 11. If you're in and around Central New York and off the Bartell Road exit right there on Route 11. Thanks for watching. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and as I always tell you, enjoy the games.